Wanted to go over some very volatile coins. I've kind of been on my radar here over the last couple of days. You see this as kind of a trend sometimes in the market. Like you'll see kind of like coins you've never heard of that just come out of nowhere and have like these huge returns. Sometimes they can actually be really good opportunities to get a really high return. They're almost like ICOs in a sense. Like one of the things I've been kind of looking into is, getting into, putting a small, percentage of your funds you're willing to risk into some of these projects, but having kind of a list of some of these coins that really like tend to explode. Because one of the things that I've noticed is like you'll see like a coin that'll tend to like really like rocket up in the market, and it'll crash like way back down, and then what you'll see is it'll kind of level out for a little bit, but then all of a sudden you'll see like another huge surge, which would be a really good time to kind of cash out if you can kind of time the top and if you're kind of dialed into the markets a little bit. So I wanted to go over a couple of them. I know it's super late, like in the U.S. I'm sure we're probably not going to get anyone from the U.S. online today, but yeah. So I'm going to go over UCash, because UCash, like I was seeing UCash as high as 21 on the charts here not too long ago. So if you're looking at the markets here, it's only offered in this BTC Alpha. And so this BTC Alpha is, it's doing a little bit of, volume here, but it's Remain, which has been trending a little bit over the past week or so, and UCash is just doing a ton of volume. And so this is BTC Alpha, so you can kind of see, it's a very kind of simplistic layout, and you can kind of see like I have it on here on UCash to Ethereum. But these ones, you can see this, it kind of really rocketed in the market here yesterday. It's leveled out a little bit. It's still showing as having, huge gains though, when we're kind of looking at the charts here. So this has been like, this was, nowhere near, it's been around for quite a while. Or I guess I'm not looking at this right. It just started February 10th. All right, I'm thinking of another coin. So this just came onto the market, and I know it was kind of some unusual volumes or whatnot, and then just boom, it just really surged. Taking a look at their website here, this is their website. There's some interesting stuff on here. It does seem to be a fairly legitimate project. There's a lot of people involved, with this project. You've got, when I was seeing UCash, one of the things that I was kind of thinking in the back of my head was like, is this going to be like some sort of like university coin that's being used to like transact, maybe at like colleges or whatnot? Because I know a lot of colleges will have kind of like their own in-house like payment system or point system. Like when I was in college, we had what was considered points, and points were, 1 point was essentially $1. But you're not like transacting in traditional currency. You have a currency that can only be used for certain things. So like when we had points, like points could only be used for food, for school supplies, like things like that. It's not something where you can use the cash for anything that's not really school related. And so you may start to see this as something that may pop up into certain markets where you have that same kind of functionality, where you have a coin that that serves a little bit of a different purpose, where it maybe has some limitations or restrictions on how it can be spent, or what you can spend it on. And so it's interesting to me. I don't think it's necessarily a good buy-in time right now, because if we're looking at right here, it's up 900%, in the last 24 hours. I saw this as high as like 1,700% at one time, right back in this peak. So it's come way up. It's leveled out here a little bit. This one's going to be on my radar. The thing I like to see is kind of some of the some of the volumes. I mean, you have in, a million, 2 million in volume roughly. It's all in one exchange, so this is going to be a risky, coin. I mean, this could be something you could get into, and it could drop a lot, So that's kind of one of the things with some of these coins is these like very hyper volatile coins that have just come onto, kind of like the top, 100, coins on CoinMarketCap. They're going to be very volatile, but they can be very lucrative. So these are ones where, you could do 10x returns, in a day. You could go, 10x the other way. So just keep that in mind. But I wanted to go over a few other ones. So when I'm kind of going through and looking at the market, there was a couple other ones. So this eCoin was one that was trending yesterday. So it had a huge spike here that you can see, or I guess that was February 7th. So this one popped in the market quite a bit, crashed way back down, didn't really have, hardly any activity going on, not very much in trading. All the trading was less than $100,000. You can see here, all the trading was less than $100,000. Recently, we've seen a little bit more, so about $500,000 in trading here at the peak on the 10th, so not too long ago. This one's offered in more markets: Coin Exchange, Yobit, CEX, Checks. I'm not sure how to actually pronounce that. CEX. The prices are kind of all over the place. So like I checked into some of these exchanges, like I was looking at Coin Exchange, and I haven't looked at Yobit yet, but I was kind of verifying some of the pricing and whatnot. So again, it kind of looks like an interesting coin. So these are ones that I'm gonna be writing down, so you can see here, like I've got a spreadsheet of basically all the coins that I'm kind of getting into and kind of tracking, and I'm gonna be doing this for my audience, kind of getting a little bit more into a lot of different altcoins. And so I think that's going to be, these are going to be some interesting ones. And so this other one I wanted to go over, or there's two other I wanted to go over, but this other one is probably like next on my list of coins that I'm pretty interested in. When we're, so one of the things I like to do is I kind of like to get on CoinMarketCap. I can show you here. And I like these tabs up here. So I like the volume tab, I like the price, market cap. I mean, everything's sorted pretty much by market cap, initially, but I want to see, what's really doing good today. And if you can take a look here, UCash, eCoin are two that have really popped in the market. And this is only doing the top 100. So if we go to next, what we can do here is we can look at 100 through 200. And then there's this red pulse, which I'm going to go over in just a minute. And then we go, to 200 through 300. We're going to sort this here, and we can see this rise coin. And so this is one that I noticed not too long ago, and kind of came to my attention. So you can see here, it's up 91% today. Upbit, Bittrex, Yobit. So it has three pretty big exchanges it's trading in. Quite a bit of volume in Upbit and Bittrex. And we can take a look. This is their website here. So I think that these are ones that it's hard sometimes to you can read white papers, you can look at their marketing behind their website, you can look at what problem it is they're trying to solve or whatnot. When I'm looking at hundreds and hundreds of coins, like it's really hard for me to kind of sort through a lot of this. Oh, you can see here, that's interesting, Binance application process. And they've got a mobile application store. So they have some really interesting projects they're working on. So that's kind of, I like to see market performance, volume and trading, kind of history of some of these projects. These are ones that I'm going to be, kind of, monitoring, and I really like Rise. I like UCash. The best out of the four that I have here. And I'm going to go over Red Pulse. Red Pulse is the other one that was kind of up big today. And so you can see a little bit of the market history here. This one's been around a little while. It came on the market, looks like October 29th. It's pretty quiet for a little while. Started ramping up in the second half of December. And here you have a little bit of a downtrend. And it's recently gone up quite a bit. So up 78%, but these are ones like, this is traded in a lot of different exchanges: KuCoin, Huobi, CoinRail, and you can take a little look at their website. The thing I like about this is this is a Chinese platform, is the way that I'm kind of interpreting this. It's it's like a research firm covering market events impacting Chinese companies, sectors, and the overall economy. So this is a Chinese coin. That's why you're seeing it traded quite a bit in Huobi. There's some different application processes and things like that. They've got their roadmap here. They had I guess their token sale finished in October 28th, and so it was, as you can see here, according to the charts or whatever, they had the token sale, kind of dropped a little bit in price, was quiet for quite a while, for about 2 months, and then kind of came up. So those are some coins that I am just monitoring at this point, trying to find a good buy-in time. But I like what I'm seeing with Rise and with UCash. I listened to Ivan on Tech earlier today, and Ivan made the argument for crypto that it can't be inflated. The interviewer said it is inflated with every new altcoin. You agree? Inflated is kind of it's a very speculative market. So there's a lot of speculation. Like, you can only sell coins for what someone is willing to buy it for, and market price can be looked at a lot of different ways. There's also ways you can manipulate prices in the market. So I think I would probably agree with Ivan on that. I just I don't really see it as overinflated. I think it's just you can see like the market cap right here, 431. I mean, if we're looking at I guess inflation, if that's kind of how you want to look at this, let's take a look at the last 3 months. So this is kind of what we're seeing with the overall market cap of all cryptocurrencies as a whole. It just fluctuates from different times, and I think one of the things that you'll see is there's just a lot more volatility in cryptocurrency. There's a lot more ease of trading, a lot more in and out of the market, and a lot more opportunity to get into different positions of different coins. And so you may see Bitcoin may have a huge valuation, and then you see it really drop, and there's no real reason as to why it dropped. It's just a lot of people in the market for whatever reason pulled out. So it's very speculative. It's just it's also I think I've mentioned on my streams, I'm starting to get a little bit more into trading view and kind of doing some more charting and whatnot. This doesn't really work with all the cryptocurrency pairs. It's more of just something that's really working for just for most of the top pairs or whatnot. And this has kind of been on a sell for Bitcoin for quite a while. There's been a lot of, I guess you could say, people that are speculating the price is going to go down. It's been kind of hovering between $8,000 and $9,000. It's been kind of going back and forth. I think there's more opportunity to get into some of the smaller coins is kind of where I'm seeing the opportunity at this point. Check in here. The idea is that altcoins to Bitcoin is what printing money is to fiat. Yeah, I like a lot of people, Bitcoin is the entry point into cryptocurrency. So you get into Bitcoin, and then if you want to get into an altcoin, you have to trade your Bitcoin for that altcoin. And I think that that's where you might see the market might tend to shift. There's different ways of looking at that, because one of the recent trends that we've seen is that there's been a lot of money that's been pulling out into fiat currency. So a lot of Bitcoin to USD to Korean won to Tether. So the market is really fluid, and there's a lot of money that's kind of coming in and out. So it's like, I think part of it is they're trying to kind of compare it to fiat currencies, and it just doesn't necessarily operate the same way.